Hi guys, Chris here with Camper Care, and we just recently shot a video which walks you through the different ways which you can clear a sticky black tank valve. So we thought it would be fun for today's video to dissect a valve, and this one's just a little 1.5 inch gray water holding tank valve, but it works the exact same way as a 3-inch one does. So we're gonna take it apart, show you all the different pieces in there and where problems can occur, and hopefully we can all learn something together on this. Let's get started. So holding tank valves are pretty simple devices. It's basically got a handle and a shaft, and then as you can see inside of here, a knife blade which cuts off the water flow. And in between there's two gaskets which seal everything off. So I'm gonna go ahead and open this one up so that we can show you exactly what we're looking at as far as the gaskets are concerned. And then we're actually going to cut it open in order to show you what the other side of the chamber looks like where the blade actually sits. So again, this is almost identical to how a 3-inch black water holding tank valve works. This is just its little baby brother. So we're gonna start by just undoing these screws here. This is using a 5/16 inch nut driver. And fortunately the screws are not in there particularly tightly, so I can just kind of hold the backing nut with my thumb and forefinger in order to undo it. But as I'm undoing it, you can see the valve itself is automatically splitting apart. And that's because the gasket inside of there is pushing against it. And that's important because since this is a brand new valve, I would expect to see that because since the gaskets are fresh, they haven't been used before, whereas on a older holding tank valve, they're usually a little bit more formed into place. So when I remove the inlet and outlet of that, the gaskets themselves are stuck to there, and you can see how they just pop free. And this is where a lot of debris can get built up in between the knife valve blade itself and the rest of it. You can also get a lot of debris built up just in this channel here where the blade moves through there. So that's a good thing to see exactly how that functions. And so what I'm gonna do now is I'm actually gonna cut this thing open in order to see this back channel where the housing is, so you can kind of see the channel which the actual shaft rides in. Well, that was fun. Always nice to get to play around with some power tools every now and again. So I have now opened up and cut just the front cover off of here so you can see exactly what's happening with the knife blade itself. Granted, there's a lot of melted debris from me using a hacksaw on it, but as you can see, it's got this kind of open chamber, and then you have a little void where this whole area slides back and forth in order to house the blade itself while you are operating the actual valve. So this is the inside of it, and it rides only right here along this collar, and there's some white debris inside of here, and that's not just the plastic which I cut through. There's some grease in here as well, which helps it slide back and forth. So there's another video, which we'll link down in the description below, of a gentleman who will use a drill and then drill a hole into this chamber here so he can spray a lubrication inside of there. And that actually would work as far as this is concerned in order to help lubricate it. Now he uses a screw to plug the hole in order to keep dirt and debris from entering inside of there from the times which he's not actually lubricating it itself. The only thing which I would add to his video would be, and it's a great video, we highly recommend watching it, would be to add a little rubber gasket behind where the screw meets the face of this in order to seal it in better. But as you can see, this is how the actual knife blade valve itself operates. And it's a pretty simple device, but it's also pretty easy for stuff to get caught in this channel here. And if you would like to know how to break this free and no longer have a sticking valve, please feel free to watch the unique camping and marine video, which we did on sticky valves. And that's Chris signing off for this one, and we'll see you in the next one, guys. Thanks.